Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Y'all know what time it is. I'm bringing y'all my Demigod Kobe Bryant build. Now, you guys know I don't like to waste y'all's time, so we're going to get right into this. I just do ask that you do consider dropping a like and subscribing to the channel. It helps me out a ton, doesn't cost you any, and it just helps me out big time so we can continue to grow and I can do this full time, hopefully. So first things first here, we went shooting guard, right hand, and obviously jersey number 8. You can go 24. It doesn't really matter. We're not getting the exact Mamba replica build, just so you guys know. This is the best version of Kobe Bryant that I could come up with here. So we're going to go height 6'6", 205 pounds, and then we're going to go with a 7-foot wingspan. The body does not matter. Obviously, I went compact like I usually do. And one quick note, in case y'all were wondering why my face scan is Jordan Poole, as y'all probably know, when you change your face scan for one player, it changes it for all of them. So for me, it's really just not worth it to keep switching them back because I'm not going to be able to play on this build yet because I still got to get the VC to upgrade it and whatnot. But anyways, let's get back to the build. So close shot, we're bringing it up to a 75 so we can utilize those step throughs and whatnot and hit those effectively like Kobe did back in his day. Driving layup, we're going to bring it up to an 80. That way we can get the silver acrobat, because if you watch Kobe Bryant, you know that he was hitting acrobatic layups. Same with the driving dunk. If you watched, you know he was putting dudes on posters. So we're going to bring that up to an 86 so we can get the gold limitless takeoff, because we know Kobe Bryant was an absolute athlete. And now we're going to bring the post control up to a 70. This is going to give us a couple more badge points, and some people debate whether or not it's worth it, but with a 70 post control, it lets you at least try out gold spin technician if you want, and it also gives you those 2 more badge points. I think it's definitely something you want to have if you're going to be playing in the post like an actual Kobe Bryant build, which I am going to be bringing y'all content on this build in the next week or 2. And as I'm sure y'all could tell by the title, I am giving you the badges for this build when we're done here, but we're going to get right back into this. Now, for the mid-range, we're going to bring it up to an 85. Prime Kobe Bryant, probably a 95 mid-range. He's a top 3 mid-range shooter ever, let's be real here. But with the way the builder is set up, you just can't get a 95 mid-range and then get everything else that you want on here. So we're going to go with an 85 midi as well as an 85 three-pointer. Realistically, Kobe's midi is probably like a 98, and his three-pointer is probably like an 83. But if you watch Kobe Bryant, you know he was hitting some deep threes every now and then. An 85 three-pointer is going to let us get that silver limitless range. Plus, selfishly, I also like the silver limitless range because I think it just makes you so much more unguardable. Now, for the free throw, we're going to go up to a 77. Prime Kobe, probably like an 88 free throw, let's be real. But like I said, you can't have everything on this builder, and 77, if you can time them, is more than enough to just make all your free throws. Now for the ball handle, we're going to go up to an 88. That's going to let you get Kobe's size up escape package. 88 is also just the ball handle that you need to unlock most of the good dribble sigs, so I would just go with that. Now an 80 pass accuracy is what we're going to roll with, because that's going to allow us to unlock the Steph Curry pass styles, because that's going to have you throwing the best passes for the value, like up the rating, if y'all understand what I'm saying there. Now for the speed with ball, we're going to go to an 80, because that's going to allow us to unlock most of the good dribble styles, except for like Steph Curry and Damian Lillard, which you need like a 90 for it. And we just can't afford that. So we're going to roll with Devin Booker here, in my opinion. That's just my suggestion. I think it gives you a nice crossover. So I would roll with Devin Booker, but you can unlock pretty much almost any dribble style with an 80 speed with ball. Now we're going to actually have really well-rounded and solid defense on this build, but we're going to come back to this because we're going to do the physicals first, because I feel like the physicals are even more important just for playing on-ball defense and staying in front of your man. So we're going to do the physicals first. So first things first, we're going to come down here, knock the speed up to an 80, which with Gym Rat turns into an 84, and that'll be more than enough, because as we know, at this point in the year, acceleration is the more important stat when compared to speed. So we are going to bring that up to an 85, which when you have Gym Rat obviously goes to an 89, and you will be exploding out of the triple threat, out of that first dribble move, no problem. Now we're going to skip the strength, because as far as getting into the post, we're just going to throw in like bronze back down punisher, and that will suffice, trust me. Now we're going to go down to the vertical. We're just going to bring that up to a 75 so we can unlock all the contact dunks that match up with our ratings. And then for the stamina, we are going to knock that all the way up to a 92. With Gym Rat, obviously that brings you up to a 96, which is plenty, because Gym Rat also gives you that extra Gatorade bar. So now let's get back into the defense here, and then I'll show you all my badges. So first thing, we're going to go with perimeter defense here. We're going to bring that up to a 70. That's going to allow us to unlock bronze clamps if we do choose to use that. Now, 70 defense is plenty enough to stay in front of people in this game. Just trust your stick skill. You will be fine to stay in front of your man. It is not hard to defend people this year, especially with how dribbling is. Now, for the steal, we're going to go all the way up to a 78. That's going to allow us to get silver interceptor and bronze glove. And I'll show you, obviously, at the end of the video how I'm going to arrange those for my badge setup. Now, for the block, we're going to bring that up to a 70. That is going to allow us to get silver chase down artist and bronze anchor. And that is going to complete the build for us. That's going to get us all the way up to a 99. And just looking at the finished attributes, this looks like one of the best builds you can make in the game, as far as being all around, being what you would consider a demigod in this sort of game. Now you guys can tweak the build, the attributes however you want, but I feel like this is the best possible layout, given what we can work with this year, being that we can't make, 90s in multiple categories and whatnot. So I feel like this is the best possible Kobe Bryant build you can put together. Remember, we're not going for the comparisons or, the Mamba replica build or anything. We are going for the best build that resembles Kobe Bryant, and I feel like we put that together. Looking at the takeovers, I'm going pull-up precision. Obviously, Kobe in the mid-range going to work. And my secondary takeover, this one is a little bit selfish. I like the limitless range. Kobe did shoot some deep threes sometimes, but you know, this is more of a selfish pick rather than, you know, trying to be like Kobe. So forgive me for that. You guys can pick whatever you want. Now for the comparisons, you're gonna get Anthony, Jalen Green, and Bradley Beal. Now those are some good comparisons. Obviously, they don't mean that much. And like I said, we weren't going for the Mamba replica build or a Kobe comparison or anything like that. We're just going for the best possible build. So now I'm going to show you guys how I would lay out my badges here. So we're going to first take this up to 99 here. Now, first things first here for the finishing badges. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put on bronze aerial wizard. I like to catch lobs on my guard builds. That's just me. That's how I play. Next, we're going to go silver acrobat because obviously, if you guys watch any of my TikToks, my gameplay vids on here, you know I built my whole platform on hitting those acrobatic layups. So we're going to also pair that with silver fearless finisher. That's going to help us absorb the contact on those layups and still convert them. Now, as I mentioned earlier in the video, we did not upgrade our strength all that much, so we are going to throw on bronze back down puncher just to help us get into those spots, get in our spots in the post. Trust me, this will make up for the lack of strength. And now I don't feel like any of these other post player badges are really necessary. All you need is bronze back down puncher. Trust me, if you want to experiment with them, you know, maybe take off aerial wizard. We did unlock gold's post spin technician, so if you want to test that out, be my guest. But next up, we're going to go first up here. We're going to core limitless takeoff on gold. Obviously, that's our highest tier 3 badge. And then we're going to throw the rest of our badge points on slithery finisher. Now, I do get the extra badge points here, so I'm going to put 3 of my extra badge points in the finishing so I can get bronze posterizer. If you guys do not get those, I would take off aerial wizard and put it on posterizer if you wish. That one is up to y'all, but for the shooting badges, obviously we're going to put on Hall of Fame mini magician. That is a very underrated badge if you take a lot of mid-range, you know, like difficult mid-range shots. We're also going to put on Hall of Fame amped here, and I messed up here. I meant to put on silver volume shooter. Now, those are all really good badges. Obviously, they resemble Kobe Bryant. Now, for our tier 3 badge, we're going to go ahead and core blinders because that's the one we can get on gold. And obviously, we're going to also equip Agent 3s and Limitless Range because those are insanely good badges. Now, with 2 badge points left, I'm actually going to relocate one of my volume shooter points so that we can get the 3 badge points, put it on bronze catch and shoot. Just because the way I play with my teammates, I do get, you know, a decent amount of catch and shoot 3s. You could also put it on green machine if you wanted, but me personally, I'm going to roll with the catch and shoot. Now, the way I plan on playing this build, obviously, I'm going to need the mini magician, but if you're not playing exactly like Kobe Bryant, like you're not planning to, you know, you can move that mini magician around to, you know, catch and shoot, green machine, stuff like that. But onto the playmaking badges. First things first, obviously, we're going gold, quick first step. Pair that with our 85 acceleration. We will be taking dudes off the dribble left and right. Pretty much all these badges here are just the obvious go-to playmaking badges. You know, if you handle the ball in any way, shape, or form on this game, you're going to want gold plant breaker if you can get it. Silver handles for days if you can get it. We're going to put on bailout just because we're going to be taking some tough shots. Obviously, we have gold unpluckable on as well. Now, these last 2 badge points, I usually put them on, you know, a combination of needle threader and break starter. I'm actually probably going to end up going silver break starter here. We might end up changing it later. I just like to throw some outlet passes, you know, when I get some steals. Obviously, we're going to be getting more on this build, being that we have a 78 steal. But onto the defensive badges here. First thing we're going to do is I'm going to throw on bronze anchor and then pair that with silver chase down. If you're on a build that can move quickly and you pair these 2 together, you automatically become able to defend the drive. Like, automatically. It's insane. Hence the reason we put the block up to a 70 so we could get that bronze anchor and also be able to equip silver chase down artist. Now, the next few badge points here are kind of up to you. We just need to get to 10 so that we can move into those tier 3 badges, and then I'll show you what I'll be doing with those. I'm going to go bronze rebound chaser, bronze workhorse, and bronze pogo stick. You guys could go bronze menace in the tier 2 if you wanted to, but now that's just going to allow us to unlock the tier 3 badges. Now, obviously, we only have 2 badge points here left. Now, if you remember from the beginning of the video, I have 7 extra badge points that I can put on this build. We put the first 3. We're planning on putting the first 3 in finishing to get posterizer. Now, the other 4, everyone should have at least an extra 4 from the My Career storyline. So if you only have the 4 and you don't have the extra 3 from, you know, the season rewards and whatnot, I would put the 4 on just the defense and rebounding, and then I would just, if you really want posterizer, I would trade aerial wizard for posterizer on the finishing. Now on defense, when I add these extra 4, I'm going to be able to core silver interceptor. That's going to be the main one, and then I'm going to either equip bronze clamps, challenger, or glove. I'm probably going to go clamps. I don't jump a lot, so I'm probably not going to go challenger, but I might play around with glove. But that is going to be the badge layout that I'm going to use. Remember, y'all, when you're making your builds, you should have at least 4 extra badge points. You know, some of you might have more if you got, you know, the extra badge points from the season rewards. Level 39 it usually is. But yeah, that's going to wrap things up for the video, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed. I thank y'all so much for watching. Please consider dropping a like and subscribing. It helps me out a ton. But yeah, I appreciate y'all just watching to the end here. So God bless, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.